I wasn't praying for almost 6 years, and I had no connection with Allah. I grew up in a home where I saw Islam practiced beautifully. My parents, my father was a scholar. He would sometimes lead the prayer, Jummah prayer, even at our national mosque here. They both have written books on Islam. My mother has written over 27 books. Imagine she has written the nationally prescribed Islamic studies textbook for Nigeria, and a lot of West African countries are using that book. Yet there I was, not praying, no relationship with Allah. Each time I stepped out of the home, I was just not Muslim enough for society. So I got judged and condemned. And because like I said, I was a rebellious teenager, often whatever you tell me to do, I'll do the opposite. So of course they wanted me to be like Aisha Lemu, like Aisha Lemu's daughter. Why aren't you behaving like her? Why aren't you behaving like your brother Nuruddin? And don't you know you're Sheikh Lemu's daughter? And I was like, I will show you I am not. And I would go the opposite way. I would wear short skirts when my parents weren't around. I wouldn't cover my hair. But when I moved to the States and I reached that low where I felt totally empty, bankrupt of meaning in my life, and my marriage was also on the rocks at that time, and divorce was on my mind, I reached out to my brother, and he was in Scotland at the time doing his master's, and I told him, I was crying. I remember the day I called him. My husband was at work, and the funny thing is my husband never knew that I wasn't praying. I was so stupid that I would actually throw water on myself and join him through the whole routine of the prayer. But I didn't do ablution, just so he wouldn't know. But I just didn't feel it in my heart. So when I reached out to my brother, I started bawling, and I was telling him that, I have sinned and I feel so bad. Allah doesn't love me, but I've not been praying. And I know one of the first things we will be asked on the Day of Judgment is our prayer. In fact, it's the first thing when we are raised from the grave. And there it was. I just felt worthless. And at the end of the day, my brother was able to, in his beautiful way, draw my attention to how Allah is Ghafurur Rahim. He wants us to ask him for forgiveness. And if we are sincere in our forgiveness, he will forgive us. And we should go with confidence that he has forgiven us. That was one. Then, why weren't you praying? I was like, all the things I prayed for, Allah didn't answer. And what kind of things did you pray for? I mentioned several things. He said, but maybe that thing was not good for you at that stage in your life. But did he replace it with things that are better? Do you have this? Yeah. Do you have that? Yeah. Did you pray for that? No. So Allah may have replaced what you asked for that was bad for you with things which were better. Okay, that was an aha moment for me. Next thing, I was riddled with guilt. I felt so bad that I left Allah, but Allah never left me.